once I get a good visual. Where it's going to be, whether I'm down or up, it'll have me in the shot. Yeah, I don't want you in it because then there's that whole thing, because this will be available on YouTube.
Yes.
And not that I wouldn't love you to be there, but
No.
that way your privacy is maintained. Yeah, that's perfect. Ooh, warm. How's temperature for everybody? Good. Good. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to have you start on your back with your support underneath your knees. If you need support under your head for your neck, I'll come around and help you get comfortable if you need me. We're going to just start with some core breathing. So just starting to set yourself up for just a few minutes here, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. We're rolling into some nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Set this over here. Yeah, getting the support under your knees is important when you have low back issues. It helps to set up the line of that upper leg bone to the right ankle so that it's not creating it's not accentuating the lumbar curve.
I forgot to put on my sheet too that it taught me, because I'm a side and stomach support, and it taught me how to use the pillows to sleep to support my back.
It's that practical information from this program was just learning how to set yourself up to sleep and not aggravate. Here, so once you feel like you're settled in, we want to make sure that our feet are touching the ground, Joe. Yeah. So if they're not, we need to adjust. Is that working now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We don't want to prop that so that then it's just hanging in space. That's FYI for your future teaching options. Good. Let's just now close your eyes. So we're going to revisit that core breath. Remember, the inhale is going to be just low, slow, nice and deep, and it's going to just naturally expand the belly without a lot of effort. It's almost like kind of a passive inhalation. Get that breath to come in, and then the exhale is going to be more active. And that's where we're going to get that sensation of zipping up from pubic bone to navel to breastbone. Feeling the sides of the ribs knit together a little bit as well, using transverse abdominis. And then it reverses. The inhale, you'll feel the low belly expand, the mid belly, all the way up into the chest. And as you exhale, just like squeezing toothpaste out of a tube, feeling the low belly, mid belly, rib cage draw in. Transverse abdominis are the muscles that wrap from the sides. You can feel that drawing in. As you're breathing, you will continue. All right, I should have been in the other room. Nice, continuous inhale to exhale like a wave. And as you're breathing in this manner with this little bit more active exhalation, you will start to maybe get an awareness that there is a undulation in the lumbar spine. So with our inhalations, we might feel an increase in the lumbar curve. With our exhalations, especially when we really get this core activation, you're going to feel that lumbar curve flatten. And this is kind of teaching you that this contraction that you're creating for the exhalation is how you can stabilize the low back during activity, right? So we can start to really notice when we're moving through a sport or through a yoga class about how we can actively engage these deep core muscles, which really are the yoga bandhas. The mula bandha, the root lock, uddiyana bandha, the center lock when we get from the navel to the breastbone. Yeah, and we start to feel this kind of knitting in and support for the low back. This is also a great practice if you are having some acute pain. You can even set this up with your leg on chairs like we've done several times. And that creates that angle on the femur that will have that femur vertical to the pelvis. Give a little bit more release into the lumbar spine, the sacrum. The breath that you're doing also is going to help to get the parasympathetic nervous system activated. And that will also help to lower cortisol, lower the stress hormones. Let's encourage that rest, reset, recalibrate physically and also in the nervous system. Right, so we're going to just set up for our first movement here. So I'm going to have you just slide your bolsters out from under. You can keep the one under your neck if you need it. So if you feel like you need neck support, that's fine. We're going to just start with some movement. Coming from the back position, you'll take and walk your feet in onto the floor on your mat. And I've got good notes for every step here. So we're going to do the single leg to chest, knee to chest. So we'll take the left foot, keep it on the ground, take both hands around the right knee. The inhale, you're pressing the knee into the hands as far as your arms will allow it to go. As you exhale, the knee draws in nice and tight to the bone. As you inhale, leg presses away. As you exhale, you draw the knee in. Now we're going to go 3 more just on the single leg. Inhale, the leg presses out. Exhale, drawing in. Keeping the neck relaxed. You want to keep that relaxation in the shoulders. Inhale to extend. Last one, just exhale, draw it in. Just hold here for a couple breaths. Letting the shoulders relax, the jaws relax. No tension. All right, good. Let's switch. Let that right one come down, and the left knee now is going to draw in, both hands around. Notice the difference too. Maybe as you pull in, as soon as I pulled the left one in, I could feel more pinching. As you inhale, let's extend, arms press away. As you exhale, the hands draw that knee in. Inhale to press. Exhale to draw in. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's just let the feet drop down and just observe for a moment, just that little bit of movement. Check in with the low back. We're just going to add in the both legs at the same time. So now one hand on each knee, fingertips pointing down toward your toes. You just cup the knee in your palm. As you exhale, both knees draw to the chest. And as you inhale, both knees press away just as far as your arms will let them go. Exhale to draw in. Inhale to press away, belly expanding. Exhale, belly contracting. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, just let your feet rest down. Take a moment here, and again, just this moment to observe, let this integrate. We're going to stay on the back for 1 more position. We're going to do that 2-part butterfly. So the feet will touch, the knees will fall open. You want to try to get a little bit of core engagement. Just notice this, you're in butterfly, right? When you draw the navel from pubic bone to navel in, what happens to your legs? You see how they close a little bit? So you relax everything and you've got more lumbar curve. When I draw the navel in, like I was going to exhale, that exhaling from navel to breastbone, did your legs close a little? You should have felt them kind of draw in. As you pull the navel in, you're going to feel that tugging of that psoas on the inner thighs. I do anyway. Yes, anybody else? Is it just me? Yes, okay. All right, so here's what we're doing. We're going to inhale, the legs open. As you exhale, pull halfway. You're going to feel that drawing in through the belly, and then exhale the rest of the way. And really, you're going to try to get both the leg movement and the breath coordinated. So inhale, the legs open. Exhale, lower belly. Exhale the rest of the way, upper belly to rib cage. Inhale, the legs open. Exhale halfway, pause. Exhale the rest of the way, touch. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, part. Exhale, the rest. Inhale all the way. Last one. Exhale. Exhale the rest of the way. Good. Releasing the feet back to the earth, just resting in this passive rest, feet on the ground, knees bent. And again, just pause for a moment. No rush. Oh, yes, I've got one more here for our warm up for the legs. So now we're going to do the extended leg pose. So inhale the right leg to the sky. Interlace your hands behind the thigh. As you exhale, draw the knee to the chest. And as you inhale, send the heel back up to the ceiling. Flex the toes toward you, really as though you're trying to kick your heel up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, pull the knee to the chest. Inhale, send it up. Exhale to pull in. All this is just warm up. Inhale to send it. Exhale, draw in. One more time, inhale. And as you exhale, the knee comes into the chest, and then the foot returns to the earth. Same thing, other side. Let's hook behind the left thigh, pull the left knee to the chest. As you inhale, let's send the legs straight up, heel kicks, toes pull back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, foot lifts, pull the toes back, heel kicks to the ceiling. Exhale, draw in. Two more, inhale. And exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Good, let's let that foot come back down to the earth. Just pause for a moment again, just let it integrate. Couple breaths. Bringing both feet up to the sky now at the 90 degree. We'll have the hands resting to the inner thighs, like just one hand on each thigh on the inside. As you inhale, open the legs to that wide leg straddle. As you exhale, bring the feet back together and with a little resistance from the hands. Inhale, open, find the stretch, just right amount. Don't need to overdo. Exhale, pull them together. Inhale to open. Exhale to pull them in. Two more, inhale. Exhale. Keep that core breathing that we just did, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, drawing everything together. Perfect, let's just let the knees bend, feet drop back to the earth, and just pause. So to come into hands and knees, let's just roll to one side. Use the hands to help push ups. I like to get my knees padded. It's a good idea to either bring your blanket or one of those little squishy pads that we have. Then we'll get into tabletop, hands and knees. Trying to align, you really want to try to get the shoulders right over the wrists, knees right under hips, and we want hands shoulder width apart, knees hip distance apart, creating kind of that nice little box from the side. Once you have established that, everybody looks good. We'll take the inhalation and we'll create that little back bend. Try not to get too much neck involvement, just a little reach of the chin forward. As you exhale, pressing the palms, tucking the tail, rounding the spine, and then the hips start to sink back towards the heels slowly till your hips go all the way to the heels. Your forehead can come to or toward the mat. As you inhale, coming forward, this is the wheel. Bringing the heart forward, we land in that little back bend. As you exhale, create that cat stretch and then start to bend the elbows and the hips go back in time. So you come back almost into a little baby child's pose. On your in-breath, ride it forward, pressing into the shins. You unfold yourself right into that cow tilt. Exhale, round. Elbows bend, hips go back. We're doing the full wheel, the full distance. And then one more time, we'll inhale, press through. And exhale, slowly back. And this time, once you get back there, you can just set with it. Maybe even let your hands come down alongside your body or alongside the legs. Just rest in child's for a few moments. All right. we're gonna just shift forward into a cobra pose here. So I come out onto the belly, and with cobras, I like a little padding underneath the pelvis. So you can have your blanket right where it is, where it was supporting you before. And we wanna make sure that for cobra, let me move these to this side here so you can see me, Michelle. There we go. So with the Cobra set up for the arms, if you take classes, a lot of times they're going to say line your fingertips up with your shoulders. For this program, the hands are a little bit further forward. I think about lining my elbows up with my sternum. There you go. So once we've got that, the Cobra is this, just dropping your forehead to the mat as your start position. Your feet are about hip distance. You'll inhale, a little bit of pull of the belly, and you come up as high as you can come up without the hands helping and without letting the chin jut forward. So keeping the chin pulling back and in. As you exhale, just let the forehead come down to center for the first few. As you inhale, lifting. I like to use a little core pull through this. So my belly pulls in as I come up, and as I exhale, I release everything down. Let's do 2 more just like that to the center. Inhale here. Exhale, release. 1 more like that. Inhale here. Exhale to release. This is a back strengthener. Now we're going to do the alternating leg variation with the head turning different way each time. So if we inhale this time, the right leg's lifting. As you exhale, the right leg and the right ear come to the mat. Inhale through the nose, left leg. As you lower, left leg, left ear, come down. Keep going. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right ear drops. Inhale. Keep the neutral line of the neck. Exhale, turn. Good. Let's slow it down for these last few. Inhale. Holding. Exhaling, right ear down. Inhaling, left leg lifts, head to center. Exhale, good. Let's just let the hands rest alongside the body for a moment. Just rest here on your belly. Take a few breaths. And let the hips maybe move a little bit side to side. And then the hands will come back under the shoulders. Every time we do the cobras, pretty much, there's only a few points where we won't do the wheel after. We will now go back and go to the wheel. This time we're going to do the 2-part exhale. So using your hands and your core, bring it back into tabletop. And we'll exhale this time. We'll go halfway, pause. I like to get halfway, let my forearms come down and stop my hips about 6 inches above the heels. Yeah. Inhale, let's come forward. All right, exhale halfway. Exhale the rest of the way. Inhale all the way forward. Coming into that little back bend. Exhale, round, press back half, press back the rest. Breath emptying in 2 parts. Inhale forward. Exhale to round. Once you have rounded, you start to move back halfway, pause. That's the traction point right there. Exhale the rest of the way. Relax. Inhale forward. Exhale to round, mad cat. Elbows bend, hips start to go back, pause. Exhale the rest of the way, hips to heel. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Halfway pause. Exhale the rest of the way. Drop it back and just rest. Hands can rest at your sides or the hands can stay extended.
Gina, can you do that in a regular class for, like, when in cat and cow?
Absolutely.
Instead of just making that's gonna be the cat? Because I think it feels better.
Absolutely.
I do too.
I teach all of my classes now. When I offer cat and cow, I offer that progression as a choice.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah, I just like it because it feels so good.
it's really, really good. Let's come on up back into, let me see where we're going from here. Okay, sticking knees. Okay, we're gonna come to stand on our knees. Yeah, I now teach, anytime I teach cat and cow at the beginning as a warm-up, I teach that and I teach it saying this is a great way to traction out the lumbar spine. Because when you stop at that halfway point and you've got the curve and the head is heavy and you've got that, you're literally self-tractioning. And I think I feel it right away when my back's acute. All right, so here's where we're gonna go into the lunge and then we're gonna use that thunderbolt and we're gonna do the kneeling side bend. So I have like a little kneeling sequence here. All right, so remember the kneeling lunge, the right foot will come forward. This is where we got confused, so stay with me. Right foot's out front. Pivot the left leg around like a kickstand to the left. There you go. We had to go around and get everybody organized in this last week. Yeah, there it is. I taught it better this time. Right knee forward, left foot pivots around. We try to get the knee and the heel in alignment. Good. We're just gonna lean in. This is automatically gonna put us into a side bend. We're gonna let that right arm rest onto the right knee. And this is the first motion. It's just that we're going to inhale, the arm comes up overhead. You're gonna feel a little side bend, right? As you exhale, the hand is gonna drop down by your hip and you're gonna look to the right, over that right shoulder, right knee. As you inhale, let the arm come up, reach over. Exhale, the arm goes down and you look over the right shoulder. Inhale to reach it up and over. Lengthen. Exhale, let the hand float. Your gaze goes to the right. Let's do two more. Inhale, head to center, arm reaches. You reach and stretch the side. Exhale, hand comes down and just kind of floats there out in space. Look over the right shoulder. Last one, inhale, chin into neutral. Exhale, over the right shoulder. Beautiful. Staying right here, we're going to bring the arm up overhead, inhale. And this is the one where we're going to kind of do like that lat pull where you're going to exhale. As your hand pulls back, the elbow bends, you look at the right shoulder. As you inhale, the arm goes long, you come back to neutral, looking right out over, right forward. Exhale, elbow pull, look over the right. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, elbow pull, look to the right. One more time, inhale. Exhale, pull it back, looking over the right shoulder. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, let that hand circle down. Stepping out, just bring the knee back. In between sides, I want to do that thunderbolt as kind of a neutralizer. So let's come to the kneeling position. Let me review thunderbolt. Thunderbolt was we inhale here. As we exhale, we're hinging back. Everything curls down and the forehead comes down. The key here is pressing in and creating extension with the cervical spine before we lift up. So we're not just dragging the weight of the head up. So let me just show that again. This is the inhale. The exhale is easy. We're hinging back, hinging back, hinging back, hinging back. And then at the very last minute, we're curling in. This is the piece. Just get your head to lift so that it's in line with the spine. Then you're pressing through the shins. I feel this work in the legs. This is leg work too. All right, so let's all inhale, come up. As we exhale, we're going to hinge through the hips, keep long in the spine till you get down past the hips, and then you can round it all in, you touch your forehead. If your forehead does not touch, you can always drop a bolster in front. On your inhale, so exhale if you need to, inhale, press into the legs, rotate everything up, come on up. Exhale, hinging back, hinging back, hinging back, everything curls down, forehead touches. Inhale, the head lifts, legs press, reach up. We want to make sure when we're lifting the head, we're not lifting it too far too, right? Exhale, never getting that jutting chin. Exhaling everything round. We'll go one more time. This is just our neutralizer. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, drop it back. Good. Let's press up this time. As you press up, you're coming up and letting the hands come down. And we'll switch. The left foot steps forward and the right knee pivots around. Yeah. So we're kind of in this. It's actually a kneeling warrior too. Once you've got that, the left forearm rests to the left knee. We get into the side bend right away. I can feel it in my side. The inhale, the arm's going to go up. As we exhale, the arm goes out to the side and we look over the left shoulder. We'll inhale, head to neutral, arm reaches. Exhale, the arm floats down, creates weight. Look over the left shoulder. You got this. Inhale, neck to neutral. Exhale, turning head to left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. This one will inhale up. And now the lat pull variation. Exhale, the hand pulls back. You look at the left shoulder. Inhale, head goes to neutral, arm extends. Exhale, turning left. Inhale, turning to neutral, reach. Exhale to pull. Inhale to reach. 2 more. Exhale, return. Inhale, we reach. Last one. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Circle it back. Press off of that leg. We'll come back around. Coming back in here. Just pause for a moment. Let's do a couple more of the Thunderbolts just to even everything out. So let's inhale, reach up. You got this. Exhale, hinging through the hips. Hands rest at the low back, palms facing up. As you inhale, the head lifts. Press in, reach up. Exhale, hips go back. Everything melts down. And let's just pause here in the child's pose to rest for a few breaths. All right, from here, we're coming up to standing. So in my written notes, I had another wheel there, but I used that Thunderbolt as the neutralizer. So just so you guys, if you do use my notes. Okay, so mountain pose, coming to stand. We want to find equal standing. And remember, we look at the outside edges of the feet to be parallel rather than the insides. It's going to have the appearance that you're being pigeon-toed if you look at the insides. Now, once you've got that, just close your eyes. I like to just let my body undulate a little bit, moving around as though I were in chest deep water. Letting the weight really shift, toes to heels, heels to toes, inner, outer, and almost like a top. You're trying to find the plumb line from the very center of the crown down the tailbone. You know, some of us with tightness, our bodies will want to pull us forward or pull us back, just trying to find that evenness. And it might feel a little weird. Like I tend to live here in my toes, and so I have to really think about pulling my weight back and getting a nice strong mountain pose. Good. Now relax your shoulders, relax your jaws. Take a few of those nice deep core breaths, breathing in. Belly expands. As you exhale, feel the navel draw, and we can actively engage the core here and just feel that expansion. Inhale, the lumbar curve increases. Exhale, drawing it all in. The pelvis will tilt about. We'll pull up through the pelvic floor. You feel this kind of great support when you can access that. Good. Now just sit with it. Let's go ahead and open our eyes. At this point, I want to just do our chair. So I'm going to revisit it because chair was at the beginning of your program. We haven't really done a lot with chairs. So in a yoga class, we do all this active stuff with the arms. We're leaving the arms out of it for this class. So the inhale is here from mountain. We're going to just start to hinge. Notice that I'm really not doing anything with the upper body. I'm just letting my butt go back. And then after I pass the hips, that's when my upper body rounds. And I feel a great traction in here. The knees stay bent. It's chair pose. That's why the knees are staying bent. Now, if you want to inhale, it's the same thing. Feel the extension of the spine. That means I'm going to come up out of the fold till my back is flat. Now press with the feet to rise up. So there's that piece where we're coming up with just as much awareness as we're going down. Let me just have you all watch the ascent. So from here, watch this. That's the extension I'm talking about. Guess what? That's strengthening for the back to go from here to here. And I also feel my glutes activate. It's the difference between going from here to there, right? And we're not flying around in this practice at all. It's a lot of thought. You see the strength that it will create in the legs. This makes me think of, at the other end of the extreme is, you know how at the gym, you can hook your feet in something and you're doing the reverse lifts, right? So my feet are in, I hang down and I'm lifting. This is so much safer, right? Because I'm doing that motion. With that motion, you get here, from there to there, I feel my glutes engaged, all of the muscles of the back, the multifidi, both sides here, QL, everything activates. So I'm lifting from here with a lot of awareness, and then from there to there, watch my spine. I'm just pressing with the legs. So I've created the extension in the spine from the floor to there, and then the legs pressing is the rest of it. Let's do it. All right, so inhale. Exhale, butt's gonna go back. Butt goes back, just slide down your legs. Keep the extension till your head passes the knees, and then you can just round it. Stay here for a couple breaths. There's a little chair. Good, on your inhale, lengthen the spine first. Press into the legs, slide your hands just right back up the legs. From that extension of the spine, without we gotta watch for overdoing it. We wanna keep this alignment in the neck. Good, inhale. Exhale, start the bending of the knees. Just slide the hands down. Once your chest is about to the thighs, you can round the shoulders and let everything hang heavy. Arms hang heavy, hips are heavy. On your inhale, you create length through the crown, press through the legs, slide the hands back up, lifting. We get that little bit of kind of like lift through the chest too. It's almost like a little baby cobra as we're coming up. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, fold it down. Extension, extension, and then I round, and then reversing. Inhaling, extension, 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 lifting and pressing through the legs. This will be the last one. Exhale to round. Sink it. Hips go back, heart goes down, soften in. Inhale, reach the crown forward, press through the legs to get the lift. Good. When you get here, maybe just roll your shoulders a little bit. Let your chin move side to side along the chest bone. Just relax it out for a moment. Okay, so this is our warrior 1 pose now. So if you have any blankets or anything, this is where you need to clear your mat so they're not going to trip you up. Get those to the side for later. So the warrior 1, the right foot steps forward and the left foot steps back. And we're going to just kind of in this for me, I don't go to my biggest warrior 1. I go a little shorter so I can make sure I've got lots of stability. My feet are on opposite sides of center for that lateral stability. So I think, Michelle, you could bring your front foot over to the side edge a little bit so that you get a little bit more lateral stability. My back toes, I do maybe a 15-degree turn out, no more, and then just bend into your front knee. At this point, that's why you needed the extra space. You might even want to take your back foot and slide it over a little bit more the other. Yeah, now we can start to bring the hips more square. And we get that front knee, Melody, maybe bend in a little more, which means you had to go shorter. You see, you were just trying to be too long, which then you cheat this. The bend in the front leg is what's going to give you the stretch in that left hip flexor. Now, when we are in a traditional warrior 1, there is naturally a more of an accentuated lumbar curve, and it can be an issue. So for those of us with back issues, I offer in my classes also, just come forward. We remove, it's no longer shoulders have to stay over hips. We can come forward. Guess what? As soon as I go forward, my core engages. Not only does the front core engage, the multifidi on the back of the spine engage. The back leg is working, okay? So now we're gonna just do some movement here, pulsing through. As we inhale, let's inhale, straighten the leg. Arms are down. Okay, rewind. We want to inhale as we come in and the arms rotate out. Exhale, you can keep the angle. Inhale, shift. Exhale, press. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, nice neutral line on the neck. You guys are doing great. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, just hold it for a moment. Take a couple breaths here. Good, circle it back down. I like to step the back foot forward. Come back into both feet and just observe the work on that one leg. And then we'll switch. The left foot will step back. Try to create the railroad track orientation. Eventually your body will kind of know its warrior one positioning. We bend into the front knee a couple times, make sure that the back foot needs to be able to stay tapped down and the front knee needs to be bent. And that's how you're going to decide what your distancing is and what it should be. Once you've got that, we're going to lean into it a little bit. So we get the shoulder, hip, and heel into more of a straight line. It relieves the low back compression and we'll straighten the leg. With our inhale, we're going to use those upper arm muscles to rotate open, and as we exhale, we'll bring it back down. Inhale, lean. Exhale, press straight. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Last one, we'll come in and we'll take 3 breaths. Good, straighten the leg, hands come to hips and the back foot steps forward. Just close your eyes for a moment, reestablish your mountain pose, feel that little bit of undulation and then find stillness with that plumb line down the center. Returning to Tadasana. Okay, so from here we're going to do the forward bend. And the forward bend is different than the chair in that we are not necessarily going to bend the knees, okay? So, but that being said, with really tight hamstrings, we may need to soften the knees, and it's probably better to go in with a little bit of a soft knee. The difference is, it's similar to that chair in that we're going to kind of ride the legs down. We're going to keep extension, extension, extension. When I get past the hips, then I can round in. And if I want to, I can straighten my legs even a little bit more. If you don't need to bend the knees, that's fine. But if you're feeling resistance in the hamstrings or the low back, it's probably a good idea. Good. To come out, same concept. We inhale and we get extension. I think about coming up to a halfway lift there and then press into the legs to come up the rest of the way. So the head and the upper body get into extension. We get the chin lifted. We get that all nice neutral line. Exhale to slide down the legs. Try not to let the legs like hyperextend, Melody, so soften a little bit. And then once you pass the hips, you can round in and feel that nice releasing stretch. Good. Our in-breath takes the head and extends it. And then we rise the rest of the way up, pressing into the feet. Shoulders pull back. 2 more. Exhale. Hips are going to naturally go back a little bit. We keep long, long, long spine till we pass the hips and then round it in. And last one, we'll inhale to reach. Lengthen the body, create that lift through the chest, and rise up. Good. Release and roll those shoulders a few times. And then just pause and observe. A little bit of work we've done now, starting to get some heat building. Right. So at this point is where we're going to want our blocks at the top of our mat, because now we're going to do the asymmetrical standing forward bend. So that is that one where we've got, we call it pyramid. We're going to put 1 foot forward. And the same movement we just did with the legs together, we're going to do that with 1 leg at a time. Yeah, I would go the high, and I'll show you why. Even though you probably could go lower. I'll demo. We'll be taking the right foot forward, and the difference here is like with a warrior one, the front leg is bent, and it gives me a little bit longer distance between the 2 feet. It's a little shorter for this. I still want the 2 feet opposite sides of center, and then I bring my blocks right in either side of that front foot. I like to have the blocks for this. And then from here, until we get low enough for the blocks, we're just going to kind of let the hands slide down that front leg. Think about keeping this extension, right? So I got this really long straight back, and then I start to move in slowly, slowly, slowly. Do you feel you're wobbling? Yeah, so widen, when you wobble, widen the stance this way, yeah, like side to side. Yeah, there you go. Now, Now you got it. Feel this, get the feet first. Does that feel better, more stable? Okay, so let's just kind of ride down. First, think extension, right? So we don't want to go down like this. We want to go down with this nice long spine, shoulders pulled back, but core engaged. And sliding down, keep the neck in line with the spine. When you get to the point where you can touch your blocks, just round in. You can round it all in. Once your chest passes the thigh, just pause for a moment. With an inhale, reach the head towards the center of the circle. You kind of lengthen, and then inhale the rest of the way. Come on up.
I want to bend that knee.
You're too narrow. There you go. What was that?
I want to bend that knee coming up.
You can.
Oh, okay.
You can. You could soften the knee to come up. Absolutely. That's totally fine. That will give you a little bit more stability too, to make the rise. Yeah, you can. It's in class, traditionally in a class, we don't often go in and out. I do, but I mean, they usually like, okay, go to pyramid, stay with this program, you're in and out, and there's a reason for that. Then you set, okay, so we'll come here. There's something about warming the leg up, you open, you close, you go in, you go out, and then you settle. All right, let's do it again. Inhale, keep length, keep the neutral neck though. After you pass the hip, your hands can transition to those blocks. You bend the elbows and just round everything in. You feel the stretch in that hamstring. Your inhale, the head comes up, the chest lengthens, and you reach through, rise up. And my hands just naturally float right away from those blocks. Exhale to fold. Long spine. Once you pass the hip, you can round in. Hands can go to the blocks. Inhale, round comes through. Press it out. Press into that front foot and rise up. Let's go one more. Exhale to slide down. Let's stay here for a couple breaths. Good. Inhale, reaching through, lengthen, and then press it out. Hands come up the leg, and we will step the back foot forward. Just pause there. Feeling the weight even out, feeling the difference in the two legs. Shake them out, you can shake, shaky. And then we'll switch. Left foot goes forward, right foot goes back. Make sure you're not trying to walk a tightrope with this because it will make it harder for you to establish balance. Find it just right. It's adjusting and it might not be exactly the same both sides. So Melody, you're still rotating a little to the side. So that might mean that, yes, that's exactly it. So if the foot is not placed, it's going to kind of have our pelvis here, and then we're going to want our spine to go here, and that puts this at jeopardy. So this is important to set the pelvis, the shoulders in line where we want that all to go. Good. Now we can know where we want to go. We want to keep long. Inhale. Exhale to go down. Once you're down, pause and round in after your chest passes the hips. Oh, I feel a difference. Inhale, reach the crown forward, hands slide back up the leg, come on up. Exhale, slide it down, hands transfer, release it in, round everything down. Inhale, find that extension of the spine. Release it back up, press. Exhale. This part of this movement is the stretch, right? This part of the movement, extend and press, is the strengthen. Do you see that? Like you have the stretch, then when you're coming up, the back is working to lift you to that point, and then the leg is working. I feel the stretch and the strengthen component. Good. Exhale, let's slide down. Slide down. This one we're going to stay in for a couple breaths. Good. Inhale, get the length first, and then press off through the leg. The front leg pressing is what's lifting you back up. Good. Let's step the back foot in. Just pause for a moment. You can shake out those ankles. Maybe lift the foot and rotate the ankle a few times. Just get some release there. Yeah, okay. All right, we're going back down to the mat. We've done the standing sequence. We're going to come back down to hands and knees and do a couple of wheel poses with some variation of that we're gonna do the 4 count, 6 count, 8 count wheel. We extend the exhalation. We're just gonna make us really slow the motion and the breath. Alrighty, so you know where you wanna be, tabletop, hands are under shoulders, knees under hips. Take an inhale, let the belly drop, get that cow tilt. As you exhale, round. Exhaling back, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips to heels, forehead to floor. As you inhale, press into the shins, draw forward. Everything shifts to that extended position. Exhale, round into the mad cat first. Then the elbows start to bend. Everything goes back, back, back. And inhale, come forward. We're going to do this next one and make it a 6 count. So take a big inhale. Exhale slowly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press in, unfurl. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale forward. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale forward. Exhale, remember, get that rounding mad cat, and then the elbows drop. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause there and rest in child's pose. All right, we're going to use our hands and our legs to press us back up into table and then crawl it forward into our Cobra. We'll do 2 variations. We'll do a few with the alternate leg, and then we're going to do the swimmer variation, everybody's favorite. They grew on me from when I started this program. Yeah, they did grow on me because I know they help. So remember, the elbows in line with the sternum, hands right out in front. We'll start with the, oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna do, instead of doing the alternate leg, I just decided, I'm changing my sequencing. I wanna do the 4 different positions of the feet. So we will inhale, the feet are gonna be right in line with the hips, just inhale, come up. Neutral neck, exhale, release. Separate the feet maybe another couple inches wider. Now as you inhale, lifting the chest, keeping the neck neutral, engage the core. Exhale, release. Bring the feet a little bit wider. Or maybe just to the inside edges of the mat. As you inhale, lift up. Exhale, release it. One more. This time we're going to slide till my big toes on the outside edge of my mat. As we inhale, we'll lift. Exhale, release. Just noticing the difference on the back in the different positions. Good. Let's just walk the feet back together. And now we'll do a couple of those swimmer variations. So with the swimmer, as we inhale, we lift the feet and we open them to the edge of the mat. As you exhale, the legs squeeze together, the forehead and chest drop. Inhale, legs lift, legs open. Exhale, legs touch. Same thing. 2 more like that. Inhale, make sure the neck is neutral. Exhale, squeeze them, lower down. 1 more. Inhale, as we open. Exhale, we squeeze and lower. All right, this one, if you've got it in you, we're going to lift, we're going to open and close 3 times and then lower. If it's too much, just continue doing the singles. So we inhale, lift and open, stay lifted, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 1 more, inhale, exhale, squeeze, hold for a moment, and then lower it down. Just rest and let your hips shimmy a little side to side. Good. From here, we're going to press it through. Come into table. And just one or two, I'm gonna let you do them on your own this time. So exhale round and then send it back. Maybe a partial wheel. I like that pause. You decide. I want you to just ride through a few. Now we've done a bunch of wheels through the course of this. As you exhale, you're rounding. As you're letting it sink back. Your inhale brings you forward. Do two more on your own. Just riding that wheel through. And then the next one, we'll just come on up into our table. And we're going to be doing the rest of this class from our back. So have all your props handy. We need the strap. And you're going to want your bolsters handy as well. Okay, so you see, those of you that have done teacher training, you know, see that what you do, you start mat to kneeling to standing, back to mat progression. It's a little, you know, you get it, right? Okay, so we're going to start on our backs. Make sure you have the padding. You know, I like the blanket under my back when I'm on my back, honestly. And for this first one, if you need support under the neck, so how do you know if you need support under your neck? If you lay on your back and your chin is above your forehead and you've got this shape, you want to support the neck with a little roll of your blanket or even a bolster. And I want you to be able to see me, Melody, so there. There you go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is the knee to chest pose 3 times, just to kind of give a release again to that low back, because we've done some work standing. So hand on each knee. As you exhale, we started with these, you draw the knees to the chest. As you inhale, the legs go away. It feels really good. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, press them. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale to press. All right, let the feet drop down. We're going to take the bridge pose. So you want to make sure your feet are firm on the mat. I don't want half of my foot on the blanket and half on the mat, so get it all on or all off. And then letting the hands come down alongside the body. I like to just feel that I can touch my heels, maybe tickle my heels to keep that shin bone vertical. Once you've got that, and also if I have a ponytail, I don't like the ponytail. And when you're doing bridge pose, you want to remove the blanket. So when we're doing anything that we're going to lift the hips, the blanket would stop us from getting the stretch in the neck and it could impinge the movement. So if you've got something, we just get rid of it during bridge. Now hands alongside the body. The chin will shift just ever so slightly to the chest. All 4 corners of the feet press in. As you inhale, lift those hips. You're going to naturally feel that lengthening in the back of the neck, the glutes engage. As you exhale, let's lower it down nice and slow and controlled. The last thing to land is the sacrum. We'll inhale, press it through, pressing, 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 feeling the stretch along the front line of the body, the strength in the back line. Exhale, lower, 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 nice and slow. Land the sacrum. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. This last one, I want to inhale, lift, and you can continue to breathe and hold. Good, we're going to lower it down nice and slow. I'm just going to have us do 1 or 2 with the alternate arm raises. So as we lift the hips, the hips lift, the right arm will go over your head and land on the floor behind you. As you exhale, that right hand drops back down and lands next to the right hip. Good, let's all be together. Inhale, left arm lifts, goes overhead and lands. Exhale, everything comes back down. Let's do 1 more each side. Inhale, right arm. Exhale. Inhale, left arm. Exhale. Good. Just let your eyes close for a moment. Let the low back just soften and relax down. Keep the knees bent. Just take a moment and observe. You're gonna want this little rest because next are our sideline strengthening positions, the hip strengtheners. So from here, roll to your side. And again, this is where you might draw back in your head support, right? So we're gonna come to a side. Let's all stay on the same side. So I'm gonna go right side up first so that I'm facing the camera for this first roll. So you might want your bolster or a blanket, just not too much, underneath the head, and we're gonna bend the knees and the two knees stack one on top of the other. We want to make sure that the pelvis is level, so we don't want one knee sliding behind the other. The two right on top, which should level the pelvis, nice square, and then your ankles come up in a straight line to the knee and the knee back to the hip. Once we've got that, we're gonna do 5 of each repetition. So we're gonna lift the knee, yeah, exhale, bring it all back down. Inhale, there's 2, and inhale 3, exhale to lower, inhale 4, slow, lower, that slow descent is good. 5, hold, pause, lower, slow. Let's do one more because I lost it there. Inhale, lift, exhale to hold, lower, good. Now we're going to take that leg, extend it down to what would be 6 o'clock. Make sure you don't lose the stacking of the hips. Turn the toe, the knee, and the hip down a little bit. As you exhale, the toe touches down. As you inhale, the leg lifts. Exhale, down. Inhale to lift. We're going to control the descent. Don't let it just go to gravity. That's 4. One more, 5. Good. Now bring the foot to 4 o'clock. As we inhale, lift. As we exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. All right, wait, that was 5 o'clock. Now it's 4 o'clock. We're moving up the clock. Okay, let's lift. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, 2 more. Last one. Woo, baby. Am I the only one?
No.
Okay, good. Bring it to 3 o'clock. I don't want to be alone in my pain. Here we go. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. You could start with 2 or 3 of these of each if you need to. Inhale, lower, 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Oh, just rest for a moment. Oh, rubby. We find our weak spots, right? All of us with back issues are saying this is a weak spot. All right, so we're going to let that leg. Now we're lifting the leg up. Sweep it along the floor to 6 o'clock. Now lift it up at 6 o'clock and bring it around in a circle. Drop it back at 3. Bring it around. Keep that little angle. Bring it around. Lift at 6. Rotate around slowly. Drop it at 3. We're going to do 3 more. Bring it back to 6. Lift it. Lower it at 3. Circle it back. 2 more. Joe, you dying on me? There we go. It's okay. Stop if you need to. I'm on camera. I don't get to stop. Whew. All right. Last round. This direction. Bring it around and stop. Now we've got the leg is at 3 o'clock. You're going to lift at 3, which is harder for me. Bring it around. Drop it at 6. Sweep it forward to 3. Lift it at 3. Bring it around. Drop it. Circle it back to 6. Let's do 2 more. Up, around, and down, back to 3. Last one, praise God. Bring it around, and rest. Just rest on your side there for a moment. Give it a little massage. All right, down that IT. Just give it a little roll. Okay. Well, we have to do the other side. No option. Use your hands to press and lift you up. And just, you can flip to the other side. I'm going to actually rotate myself so that I'm facing the camera. Okay. The left leg's on top now. We've got to make sure that we stack the hips nice so that one knee is not shifting forward or behind the other. And then from here, that left leg lifts with the knee bend. Inhale, exhale. Second leg's always harder. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to lift. Exhale with control. Don't let gravity take over. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Okay, let's take it to the 6 o'clock. And this is where we want to kind of get that toe turning down, even the upper leg bone, knee, everything pointing down just a little bit, about a 30 degree. And now your inhale lifts at 6 o'clock. Exhale lowers at 6. That's 4 more. And lower with control. 3, lift. Lower with control. 2 more. And down. Last one, lift. And lower. Bringing it to 5 o'clock. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower with control. 4 more, lift. Lower with control. 3 more. Lower with control. 2 more. Lower with control. 1 more. And lower with control. Oh, all right, we've got to go from 5 to 4. Inhale and lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Keep your breath moving. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, pause. All right, 3 o'clock it is. Knees are one on top of the other. Inhale, lift. Exhale with control. That's 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale with control. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Are we okay?
Yeah.
Exhale, pause. All right, these are the circles. We're going to start with the leg at 3 o'clock. Inhale, bring it back around and lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, sweep and lift at 6. Exhale, bring it around in a circle to the 3 o'clock. Sweep it back along the floor. Inhale, lift. Circle it around. Exhale. 2 more this direction. Bring it back. Lift it up. Circle it back. Lower it with control. Let's slow this one down. Bring it around. Up, around, and pause. Now we're going to lift at 3, bring it back around to 6, lower it.
Oh my God.
Bring it around, lifted it up at 3, sweep it around, bring it back and lower it, bring it forward. 3 more, 2, I think, no, 3 more. 1, let's bring it around. God, it's a terrible thing to lose count on. I can't think. Lift, circle. Bring it around. You stop when you need to. They say you could even start with like 3 of each of these exercises. And bring it around. I'm going to do 1 more for good measure because I did lose count. Lifting up at 3 o'clock, circle it back around down at 6 till it sweeps back. Oh, good. Just stack the knees. Give it a little massage out. And then you can roll back onto your back. Woo, mama, mama. You deserve a little break. Keep your knees bent, feet on the floor. I'm checking to see where we're headed from here. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a nice little treat. We're going to do the strap stretches now. So you'll want to get your strap handy in your hands. And a little release. Yeah, that was sobering for me when Robin taught that in the training, is when I thought, oh, I'm trouble. Like I literally, like my leg just felt like it wouldn't move. Like I couldn't get the message at some point in that structure that I was like, wow, this is really, there's something going on here. All right, so the knees are bent and we're gonna all take our right foot in and get it right around the pad of the foot. And the key with this is you kind of want to extend your foot into the strap, give a little resistance, make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, you're not creating a lot of tension in the neck and arms. You're pressing that heel towards the ceiling, almost like someone was kind of pulling your leg up and you're using the strap to press into. And then you can decide maybe pulling the leg a little bit closer towards you. You get a little bit of a stretch there. You can then release it a little bit and then pull it back. So we kind of get this little in and out motion with these strap stretches. Just a little bit of moving in and then out, and then just pause with it where you feel a good stretch for a few breaths. Good. So from here, we're going to just do a little mini cross. So crossing over to the left just a little bit, and then bringing it back to center. Exhale, cross a little to the left, bring it back to center. One more time, cross it to the left, and bring it back to center. All right, this time's the hold. Crossing it to the left, feel the leg still extending into the strap, and just stay here for a couple breaths. Okay, good. Coming back to the center. We're going to just do the same thing, opening to the right. You're going to make sure that you're using the left leg to stabilize the pelvis. Open a little ways. At your inhale, exhale to close. Inhale, open a little bit. Exhale to close. And one more time, we'll open it. You find your stretch point, and just hold. Good. We're going to bring that back to center. Release the strap and just let that foot come down to the ground. Pause for a moment. And we'll switch. Left toes go in. We extend the foot, heel to ceiling. Get the shoulders relaxing down. Get that good stretch. Feel the femur kind of lifting up and out of the hip socket. You can bring that a little bit towards the chest. Exhale as you inhale, release. Exhale, bringing it into the stretch. Toes pulling back towards the face. Inhale, release. And then exhale, let's hold this one. Let's give it a little space. Take an inhale. As you exhale, cross center line a little. Ooh. Inhale to center. Exhale to cross center line a little. Inhale. Good. Exhale, hold. Cross the center line and find your stretch. Keeping the leg pressing. Good. Inhale to center. And we're doing the same thing. Open to the left. Try to keep the right knee as your stabilizer. Inhale, open. Exhale to close it. Inhale, open. Exhale to close. And this one is the inhale to open and hold. All right, and then exhale, we bring it in. And we let both feet come back down to the earth. One hand on each knee. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale to breath, send them out. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale to send them. Let the feet land. Take your right ankle, place it onto the left thigh. That figure four. We're going to draw the left thigh toward us. Once you've got a hold on that left thigh, I grab right behind the thigh for this, and then maybe let the knee pendulum side to side a little bit. Maybe even let that knee make little tiny circles on the ceiling, each direction. And then find your still point where you feel the best stretch. Just hold for a breath or two. Good, let's release. And we'll switch. Right foot comes down, left ankle crosses onto the right knee. Draw that thigh towards you. Once you've got a hold on it, Take that little pendulum swing across, tiny, it's not like all the way across, just a little movement. And then maybe some teeny little circles of the knee on the ceiling. So you find that you will find kind of a sweet spot, an angle on the right leg that gets the best stretch in the left hip. Yes? Find it, breathe a few breaths there. Good, let's release that out. Letting both feet come down to the earth. We're going to just end with the recline twist. So taking the right knee, crossing it over, you're crossing the legs completely. And then the left foot's going to stay right on the ground. You're going to take, at this point, I removed this bolster out from under my head, but that's up to you. We're going to take that foot and we're going to just, that knee, right knee is going to kind of sway to the left a little bit. And then we're going to inhale, bring that everything back to center. Exhale, the knees drop a little bit to the left. Inhale to center. And then finally, that bolster you took out from under your head, actually, I like to bring it down by my legs to the left. Inhale, center. As you exhale, I let my legs rest on a bolster for the twist. I prefer not going all the way to the ground. And then we just rest into the twist. You can undo the legs if you want to. I like the extra stretch of the legs crossed. We try to keep the right shoulder down. Just take a couple breaths. Now, I think it's really important at this point to uncross the legs and let those legs come back to center. From there, I think it's safer. Lift the hips and neutralize the back. And then we'll do the other side. So the left knee crosses and I take my bolster, throw it over there onto the right side. And we just stay right where we are, the foot on the ground. As you exhale, the knees move a little right. I feel it pull through the whole left side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And now this one, we'll let it go all the way in, supporting with the bolster to catch that twist, twisted legs, and just stay here for a couple nice deep Ujjayi breaths. Breathing in and out through the nose, nice long, slow, deep core breath. And then we make the exit with as much awareness as the entrance. Let the legs unfold. Bring them back to center. Shimmy those hips back to neutral. And maybe one last time, the hands on each knee. Draw it in with an exhale. Inhale to release. Nice. This is just a great way to just kind of let everything come back to neutral. And then I'm going to take you into an ever so breathe because we run right to 7. Let's get our round bolster underneath our knees. If you want to support under your head, we got to take a Shavasana for the end of the class. Create as much comfort as you can. Those of you that will end up watching this on YouTube at home will be able to stay here as long as you like. I would suggest you support under the knees. Maybe even if you have the chair at home, you can place your shins on a chair, which creates that nice line of support and release for the lumbar spine. I'm going to get up and let the legs turn down a little bit. Let's all return to that core breathing for just a few moments here. The inhaling, the belly expands. Exhale, and you feel that drawing in from navel to breastbone, from pubic bone to navel. We're moving from lower to upper. So starting from that low belly, squeezing the breath out with the active exhalation. Just a few of these breaths, these active exhalations. Inhaling that natural expansion, soft, low, and deep. Low, slow, and deep. And then exhale your active exhalation. Just a couple more breaths like that, letting everything just drop and relax. Feeling everything from the feet to the hips relax, get heavy. The pelvis is dropping heavy into the earth. The belly is soft. The middle back, upper back, relax. Arms are resting heavy on the ground. Relaxed palms. Shoulders are soft. Even the belly, the organs inside drop back to the back body. No tension. The neck is relaxed, the jaw is soft. Maybe the lips parted, maybe the teeth parted. A little bit of softness in the tongue. The eyes sinking back into the skull. Letting everything come to that still point. Letting your breath just come back to its natural, uncontrolled cadence. Allowing for this time to recalibrate, reintegrate, absorb the benefit of your practice.